everyone? This is Bryan, and today we're going to talk about the album Noise We Trust. And we wanted to go over all the songs 1 through 8 because we believe all of them are special, right? And they all deserve a little bit of context. And just we want to let you guys know what the songs mean to us and everything. So, starting out at the first song, the banger, Sandstorm. And this song is, as you guys, I've done several videos about talking about this one. It's a breakup song, talking about what it feels like going through that process and going through that phase. And I just really love personally the chorus from that song. It's awesome, and I think it's very catchy. So I think that's why it's been one of our hits. And the next one here we got is Rising Tides. I wrote that song being inspired from like adrenaline and doing extreme sports and stuff like that. I've always been into like snowboarding and surfing and skateboarding and all that stuff. So that song kind of came out of that idea of searching for danger, but in that way, like through sports, through stuff like skateboarding and extreme sports. So yeah, that's Rising Tides, and I really like the bridge on that one. It's very Chili Pepper-esque. It has that vibe to it, very funky, like a funk rock song, and it's really groovy. I dig that one. So next one we have is It Doesn't Matter. I've also spoken about this one to you guys, and that one talks about being basically someone who's far from home and finding their way to make it in the new place that they're at. Obviously, I wrote it in my perspective as someone who is moving from home, leaving your friends and your family and all that to find your path, doing what you love to do. In this case, for me, it was still being around music and working in the music industry, and I was able to find my band here and meet the members of my band, and now we're all really good friends and we love what we're doing. So that's what that song is about. And then I got City Lights. City Lights. City Lights is a different one. It's a blend of electronic with rock and kind of ambient. It's kind of gazy and stuff like that, and it has a really cool vibe. It's like one of those songs that you want to put on whenever you're driving at night in the city and it's like empty and stuff like that, and you're just driving around, kind of thinking about life, reminiscing about moments that you had in the past and stuff like that. So that's what that song, kind of represents to me. And the story itself is basically one realizes that the world is a cruel place and it's cold, but you always have people that you understand you understand yourself with, and like people who love you, and cherishing that is important in that moment whenever you realize that the world is a dark and mean place, but having those people kind of create that light. So that's what that song is about. Now going to The Trip. Okay, The Trip is that's like a fusion song. It's like an epic rock jazz ballad, I would call it. And the song it's a joke song. It's a comedy song, and it's about a fantasy story of someone doing some acid, some dropping some LSD, and having a trip while he's ordering or planning to order Uber Eats. So the story's about this guy who's tripping on acid, and he's about to do this order, but he's thinking that he's doing this order, and then he just gets into this trip where he falls into Wonderland, and he's just tripping about stuff, and he has a trip that the mailman is trying to steal his food and something like that. It ended up being totally different than it was when we just started it. It was like a drum machine beat with some like ambient guitars, and the vocals, the chorus was still the same, but it was kind of like it didn't all fit with each other. So we had to kind of like recreate the base of the song, like the structure of the song, and just add different stuff to it so it can work out and be an actual song. So that was cool. And then we have Carefree. Carefree, that's, I guess that's also one that I consider one of our bangers. It's a party song. It's about someone who's like reigns free, partying and doing what they like, doing what they want. It's a song about like letting go, about just being carefree, letting go, and enjoying the moment. That's what it's about. Obviously, there's a story between the guy and the girl in the song, that the guy knows that this girl is kind of trouble, and he goes down that path, and it's, even though he knows where it's going to lead him to, he still does it because of that fire and that momentum and that seeking the thrill and the fun, so going next to Illusion, that's our love song, I'd say. I think it's also like a rock ballad. I really like the synths that we added and the production that we added to the song. It came out being a lot better than it was as the demo. The demo was just like a vocal and the guitars, and this just sounds a lot better. I love the percussion that Julio added there. It makes it sound very unique and a very like warm song. It's a warm, ethereal love song. And then we have, last but not least, Where Have You Been? That's like the heaviest song of the album. Definitely one of my favorite ones to play. It's one of our hardest ones, but also one of our heaviest ones. And when I say hardest ones, I mean in the technical aspect. Yeah, the chorus has a weird like time signature. So we always have to practice that one more than twice before we play it for you guys. But yeah, it's a cool one. This one talks about the Matrix, how we're all immersed in the system, and how we've been blindfolded and brainwashed by the system, by those who are in control, by those who have the power, by the elite, as you may hear, as you may say. So that song talks about that, and just realizing that you can wake up from that, and the best way to not be part of it is to unsubscribe from that program, right? So that's what the song is about. Like, where have you been? Like, whenever you wake up, it's like someone who's trying to wake you up, and they're like, hey man, where have you been all this time? You were in the system, you were plugged in, and we saved you with the song. So that's a wrap. That's the 8 songs of the album, and we hope you guys enjoy as much as we do. And thanks for listening, and thanks for checking it out. Peace.